Hi guys, I'm Madi, astrologer, shaman, intuitive entrepreneur from Sacred Space Revolution, and I'm just here to have a little coffee and a little chat with you today about this huge astrological moment, magical day we have coming up, November 11th, aka 11/11. So if you want more info on what I do, you can see my website below in the comments, or you can follow us on Instagram at Sacred Space Revolution to stay up to date with astrology, moon cycles, and just spiritual tips for living your best life. So let's talk about it. 11/11. This is a number that I think almost everyone has some sort of familiarity with. You see 11/11 on the clock, you say make a wish, and everyone knows there's something lucky or blessed or a little bit charged about this date. So I'm gonna go over today a little bit about what we can expect on this year's upcoming November 11th on Monday and why it's extra special. Due to an astrological transit this year that makes it super potent, and it'll be a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I wanted to make sure we didn't miss it. I wanted to make sure we were prepared to make the most of this potent portal energy. Say that 10 times fast. And I'm also going to run through and just do a little bit of a horoscope for each sign, like a mini horoscope that just kind of points to what you may be receiving this 11/11 special day, what we can kind of keep our eyes and ears open to in terms of spiritual opportunities, gifts, and also maybe things to focus on if you have a manifestation practice at home. Okay, so let's get into it. 11/11, I'm just gonna have my iPad here with the chart pulled up. So 11/11 is in numerology, 11/11 is a master number. It's a number of extreme spiritual significance that talks about upgrades and up-leveling and ascension. And that's because if you look at it, 11/11, it's like the numbers themselves create almost like a column or a portal. So you want to visualize those numbers when you see them as an opportunity to remember that, everything here, our thoughts become things, and our electromagnetic field of our thoughts and our heart are directly connected to source, to spirit, to the universe, and the universe is directly responding to them to create our reality, right? So this is why I love doing energy work, subconscious work, mindset magic, because we really want to shift out of our subconscious patterns, our self-limiting beliefs, that negative self-talk, that hater voice in our head, because everything that we're thinking is creating our reality. So 11/11 is a date I always like to set aside for ritual, to do something to clear my mind. Maybe I get an intuitive reading, an astrology reading. A few years ago, I went to one of those salt float tanks, and I just allowed messages to come through, a sensory deprivation experience, and I had an amazing encounter with an animal spirit guide, in my mind's eye, not in the float tank. That would have been terrifying. So yeah, the first thing about 11/11 is you want to create space, ritual, ceremony, a spiritual self-care practice so that you can receive this column of energy that's coming down from 11/11, and also put out the positive intentions that you want to manifest, right? But what makes this 11/11 so important, and why I wanted to make this video, is because 11/11 is going to be like, I've been calling it a galactic glitter day, because there's so much sparkle, so much stardust, so much magic in the air, that it's really like one of the hugest astrological transit days I have seen in recent history in terms of positivity and manifestations. So I'm gonna just go through the chart a little bit. We have the sun is in Scorpio, we know. And Mercury is retrograde right now, and Mercury is also in the sign of Scorpio. And on this day, there's gonna be a Sun-Mercury transit where they're gonna be conjunct to each other. And basically, the Mercury, the planet of travel, thought, and communication, is going to eclipse the sun, the planet, our luminary, that's behind life force energy, action, and just becoming who we are meant to be in this lifetime. So having Mercury and the sun be in this unique transit, it's something that won't happen for another 13 years, and it won't happen on 11/11, this transit, within our lifetimes. So this is a very important day to take advantage of manifestation, of intention setting, of setting time for sacred space. So this is also happening all before the day before the full moon. So we have 11/11, the numerology, magical, potent portal day, with the sun Mercury eclipse, which is crazy. Like, Mercury's going to be passing over the sun. I think on most continents you could actually see it. You would take the necessary precautions. I think there's like 3 places that can't see it, and maybe I'll put it in the comments below. I think you can't see it from Indonesia, certain parts of Asia, but from the most part of the world, you'll be able to see this actual eclipse. And what that means, because the sun is a luminary and it brightens and illuminates and gives life to things, people, plants, and Mercury's about thought and communication, it's almost like a day like our thoughts will be super clear. We're gonna have downloads, you could have flashes of insight, intuitive messages coming through, inspiration, insight that's from a much higher place, from our higher mind, our higher self, the universe and the celestial realms. So this is like, wow, that's why we want to pay attention. So we're going to release outdated views, we're going to transform our lives, and really I want you to think about this day as a day that's clearing any roadblocks, any of those obstacles that you've had in your way before. This 11/11 day is here to blow them out for you. And so what are we calling it next? Okay, so that's the actual significance behind 11/11 from a numerology, I can't say numerological, from a numerology and astrology standpoint. And now I'm gonna go through by your sun sign. What are we focusing on? What are you receiving? What's your cosmic gift? So it always helps me to know what sign you are, who is watching this at home. So if you want, comment below, let me know what's your sun sign, and let me know if you know your moon sign and rising sign, let me know that too. But let's start with your sun sign. Okay, so first we have Aries. We always start with Aries, the firstborn of the zodiac. Aries, your gift this 11/11 is financial flow. You're going to feel like you're in a really a spot to manifest super success. I want you to think about your financial goals. I want you to think about taking your power back in terms of like fusing together your self-confidence, your spiritual practice, and this like earthly material success. So this, I would really use this day to set intentions around like abundance, career, and financial goals, and really believe that you're going to receive them, because this is a huge day. Portals are being open, obstacles are being cleared, so have fun with that. Taurus. Now Taurus is it's your full moon is in Taurus right now, and that's your sun sign, so that adds an extra little buzz for you. And this is going to be about really paying attention to your relationships and the significance of what is coming up. What are the lessons that you've learned in relationships? What are the lessons that you're currently learning? Who in your life is a sacred mirror to teach you about maybe your past lives or some of your karmic contracts you've come to fulfill in this life? And I want you just to pay attention to everything that comes through on 11/11 around relationships and partnerships. And nothing's an accident, nothing's insignificant, nothing is a coincidence, especially on 11/11. And I want you to take time to set intentions, to set some wishes into place around how you want to feel in relationships, how you want to show up as a partner, how you want to feel, yeah, especially in your romantic situations, you have a lot of good positive energy around that. So make time for that. Okay, so my Geminis, my gregarious, charismatic, chatty Geminis, the sign of the twins. So there is a special transit happening on 11/11. Sorry, I thought I just heard something from my neighbors. So you can find yourself really wanting to create space for spiritual growth. So what does this mean? As a Gemini, your natural instinct is to chat, to go, to want to be like stimulated socially, intellectually. But this 11/11 is going to ask something for you to really take some time to make sacred space, to get quiet, maybe go in nature, sit at an altar, sit somewhere where you can receive a download. So 11/11 really wants you to tune into like silence and to see in this stillness what comes up for you, because there's definitely a gift waiting for you there, an answer to a problem you've been struggling with, inspiration or a connection, or just that moment of like clearing out the storm of your mind so you can appreciate the rainbows that will come after. Okay, so Cancer, my little cosmic crabbies, my moonbeams. Okay, so Cancer, for you, this 11/11 is going to be about really a chance to increase your social activity, to have a new network come in mind. Maybe you've been craving a more conscious, like-minded community, and that's coming your way. So if you've been feeling a little lonely or on the outside, or like you just want a more supportive group, I would set an intention around that, what that looks like, what does that feel like, who's there with you, how does this feel in your day-to-day life? Because really, like, you're about to step into this next chapter where teamwork is really gonna help make your dream work, and you have a chance to really be aligned with some inspirational, motivational, really amazing people in your field who can help you with this intention that you're manifesting. So make time for that. Okay, how are we doing? Who's next? My luscious, lovely Leos, my regal kings and queens of the zodiac. This 11/11 is going to be a really big time for you to think about recentering yourself and resting. And I want you to recalibrate your goals, especially your professional goals. I want you to really tune in and reflect. How are you feeling in your current field? How are you feeling at your job? What are the things that you feel great about and you want to celebrate? And what are the things that maybe you want to readjust? And maybe even looking for new opportunities, either in your field or start your own side project, your hustle. The time for you to do that, for a new beginning, for a new potential professional prospect, it's really heightened right now. So taking some time to reflect and setting intentions, but really you have to do this in a restful state. I know, Leos, you have a ton of energy, you love to deep dive, you're so passionate, but again, taking that time out for this on 11/11 will be hugely beneficial for you for the year to come. Okay, so Virgo, this is my sign, my vixens, my amazing whole ass women. We have so much going on as Virgos. There's never a dull moment with us. But this is really, I want you to look at, for this 11/11, where is your physical body sending you a signal of something that your emotional or your spiritual body either needs from you or needs to tell you. So this is a little bit more abstract, but we want really to be in our body on 11/11. I want you to make time to do something, get a massage, get some body work done, get a craniosacral treatment, or just spend time in a juicy, long stretching or a self-guided yoga session at home. And then I want you to just notice where your body feels tight, where it feels open, practice some non-linear movement, and then journaling about what's coming up. And if there's anything aches or pains, I would consult the Louise Hay book, You Can Heal Your Body, because every little ache, pain, or bit of tension in our body reflects something on an emotional level. And then just, honoring that, looking at that layered soul work that we're always doing. And then I want you to set some intentions around your body and your physical body and what do you want to do with it this year? Where do you want to go? How do you want to feel? What are we birthing, either physically birthing or just spiritually? So that's your 1111 medicine and your gift. So next up, I have my luxurious, beautiful Libras. I love my Libras so much. My partner's a Libra and some of my best friends and my sisters too. So 1111, I'm happy to tell you, is a day of major blessings around really manifesting things into the physical plane. I know it's kind of the broader theme of the day for everyone, but for you, it's really about all of that stuff that's been swirling in your mind, maybe making your head spin over and over again, or all these ideas or these little flashes of inspirations or visions you're having. Today is a day to really get clear and call it in. It could happen much faster than you ever expect. Remember, 1111 is a portal, so through portals, time speeds up and things get really stretched out and weird, and the universe can work in crazy ways. So I would think about what are the 3 things on your mind lately that you've been wanting to manifest into the physical plane, and just make time for ceremony, call them in, plant the seed, and just trust the process. Get ready to receive it, okay? All right, so Scorpio. All right, well, there's so many planets linked to your sign today. So you're at this like nucleus of all of this magical energy, the 1111 energy, Mercury energy, the sun energy, and then we have like a lot of energies that are coming off of that too. But you're at the center of it all. You're the nucleus. You're at the center of attention. You are commanding a lot right now from universal energy. So I want you to think about 1111 is really asking you to step into a leadership role this next year. And what do I mean by that? Really, I think the big theme is being seen. So for you, it's about coming out, like what's your public persona? You've been learning a lot, Scorpios. We know you're so good at going deep, you're so wise, you're so soulful, but this is a year to come out of your shell a little bit. So in 1111, I want you to think about where you carry resistance to that notion, where you feel like that doesn't feel good to you, and how you can work to talk to yourself, to your inner child, to say it's okay, you're worthy, you're enough, you belong, it's time to be seen, and then set some intentions around how that looks for you. What are some ways that would excite you to be seen more as an authority, an expert, or a leader in your field, in your family, with your friends, whatever. It's all yours. So that's a big one. Okay, now we have my Sagittariuses, my auspicious archers, my travelers, my adventurers. Sagittarius, you've had probably a big year because we had Jupiter in Sagittarius and its ruling sign since last November, and it'll be there till the beginning of December. And what that means for Sagittarius is you might have had a year that's like a Midas touch year, lots of expansion, lots of abundance, or even if it doesn't feel that way, it was probably a year of a lot of clearing things for you and getting rid of old cycles and old patterns and making room for this really fertile ground for you. So I want you to think about, at the end of this month, end of November, we're gonna have your new moon, and it's gonna be like this huge reset moment, this huge reboot, and there's gonna be a lot of energy around the end of the month for you. But for now, it's kind of like the cleansing we have to do. There's a cleaning, a clearing that has to happen around 11/11 before any big spiritual rituals. And across many, many traditions, there's this bath, and this bath is symbolic of like what I want to let go of from my human self, or my ego, or my old stories, or my old chapters, before I want to be like baptized into this new chapter. So for you, I would really make some time on 11/11. Physically cleansing, you could do like a detox that feels safe to you, drinking lots of lemon water, get a colonic if that feels good to you, a lymphatic massage, go to a sauna and sweat it out, get a facial. extract things from your skin. Dry brush, you can get a dry brush for $8 on Amazon. Just try to think of all budget-friendly ways that we could do this. Cleaning out your closet, cleaning out your inbox, just cleaning and clearing and getting ready for your big reset that's gonna happen at the end of the month, okay? So that's your 11/11 medicine, is some clearing, cleansing, detoxing, okay? And so Capricorn, my successful little sea goats. So this 11/11 for you is gonna be really a chance to play and make time for pleasure. And I know you're always ambitious, you're always goal-oriented, you're always taking one step in front of the other. That's a perfect step for your path. But I want you to look at 11/11 as a day that's wrapped up in a shiny little holographic bow with ribbons coming off of it. And like, this is a gift for you. Get in touch with your inner child, make time for play, maybe do something that feels creative to you, or watch an old movie you loved when you were growing up. Treat yourself to like a big, fat, hot ice cream fudge sundae. So this is a time for just pleasure and play and rewarding yourself for all the hard work you do. And then I also want you to pay attention to synchronicities. So that's any repeating pattern or thing that keeps coming up again. Those are the coincidences, but we know they're actually cosmic, they're not coincidences at all. Pay attention to them and writing them down. And then in terms of setting intentions and manifesting, you're gonna have a lot of good manifestation energy around your connections. So thinking about that connection, or making time to connect to your inner child on the day. And then like, who are the 5 types of people or people that you need to connect with for the next year, who could help you with your dreams, help you with your business, help you with your relationships, help you with your health and wellness routine. So set some time to set intentions around that. Okay, I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee because I'm getting all tongue twisted, and give you all a moment to just process all this information. Okay, so Aquarius. We have our altruistic, community-minded, and sometimes referred to as the aliens of the zodiac in the best way possible, my Aquarians. So this is gonna be a lot for you on 11/11 about like things coming to closure, work projects getting wrapped up, things that have been loose ends. You might notice them starting to kind of come together and creating some peace for you, which you totally deserve. And then you're gonna notice that like this is gonna, all these neat little bows and ribbons that everything's getting wrapped up with, is you're gonna have like, it feels like an opening in your calendar, in your schedule, in your mind. You have space. So I want you to, take time today to reflect on if there are any projects that are outstanding and like, are they wrapped up? Maybe you haven't realized it and you've still been hanging on to them. Or maybe there's projects that are hanging out there and maybe you have to be the one to kind of wrap them up, of like, you know what, I started this 6 months ago, it's not getting traction. I'm just gonna kind of close that chapter out. And then I want you to use this new energy for like, what's something new? What are we doing with this next chapter? What are we setting an intention for? Especially professionally and creatively, I feel that for you. And then the last sign that I'm gonna go over just for the 11/11 messages and what we're receiving and the gifts that you're getting is for Pisces. So this is gonna be a huge mind upgrade for you on 11/11, like a new operating system. You're gonna have a new upgraded beliefs about the world. You're gonna notice shifts around you. It's all coming from here, but it's like you figured out the next level of the video game called reality. And you're gonna just feel a lot cleaner and crisper and clearer in terms of your thought patterns and how to navigate through the world with a clear mind, which is great because you have the dream part down. So now the mind clear will make you completely unstoppable. So I would really, again, just set some time out for journaling, because journaling is always a really good way to just get out any of the emotional thoughts or anything that are clouding us, so we can make room for this new, like, clear system upgrade. So you're merging with your higher self. It's gonna be amazing. Lots of magic, intention setting, making time for ritual. There's like a new evolution in your soul's path coming, no big deal. Oh, I'm so excited for all of you. I hope this was helpful. And again, 11/11, mark your calendars, make time for ceremony and ritual. And even if you're busy, or you're working 2 jobs, or you're going to school at night, or you have a big family to take care of, you can just make a ritual even in the shower. Or you could set time up for ceremony when you're eating your lunch, or just throughout your day, keeping your mind like clean and clear, and in prayer and in meditation, and maybe working with some mantras, or listening to some like Kundalini chants, or Tibetan sound bowls in your headphones while you're working or driving. These are all ways that you could just bring your sacred space into your everyday life, even if you're a little bit on like a time, money, energy budget. So I hope these tips were helpful. I hope you receive everything, be open to receiving. And I just am sending you the most sexy, sparkly, sensual, bountiful, beautiful blessings for this 11/11. If you want to go deeper with me, you can click the links below. And please like and subscribe and share if this was helpful to you.